We've made it to Pompeii. Katelyn and I are already off the beaten path. You can't help but imagine what it was like to live in truly what looks like a palace.
So during our one night in Naples, we had to do what any good tourist does and get pizza. We never would have found the entrance. Oh! I didn't know that was gonna happen. We're Howard and Katelyn Newstate, dog people, food people, adventure people. We've been living on the road for the past 3 years, traveling through North America and beyond. For the past several weeks, we've taken you along as we've eaten and explored our way through Italy. From coast to coast, city to town, by boat, train, and automobile, you've been with us as we visited over a dozen places in this gorgeous country. Last week, we took you to one of the most unique places in Italy, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in a city that was once considered the Black Eye of Italy. Matera has since transformed itself into a vibrant and luxurious tourism hotspot. After exploring the third oldest city in the world, we're hitting the road again today, driving back to the west coast of the country to spend the day at one more UNESCO site and a bucket list destination, the ancient city of Pompeii. Dun, dun, dun.
Open the door, let's go. You need drama.
Yeah.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's supposed to be raining all day. What time is it? Oh, 7:32. We did good.
Okay, we've made it to Pompeii. Well, we've made it to the gate for Pompeii. Now we're gonna go find tickets. Katelyn and I are already off the beaten path. And
nobody around.
It's great, actually. Once again, off season for the win.
If you come on a Saturday or Sunday, it said that you must buy your tickets at least one day in advance. I'm really glad we're here on a Monday because we didn't know that, so we got lucky.
Yeah. Just a quick note, so you can take your own time and kind of freely walk around the site. You can do that. You can get various audio tours. We opted for an app-based one with Rick Steves. There is a audio tour that comes on a dedicated device that you can rent. And then finally, there are tour guides. Now, the tour guides speak all kinds of different languages. When you get to the ticket booth, you will see people immediately standing right next to the ticket booth that have a official looking lanyard, almost a badge, and those are the official tour guides. Just so you know, it is available and you can get a private guide right there on the spot. You don't need to book in advance.
In case you need a refresher from history class, the ancient Roman city of Pompeii sits in the shadows of Mount Vesuvius, a still active volcano. When it erupted in 79 AD, Pompeii was buried under 20 feet of volcanic ash, instantly killing thousands while simultaneously preserving much of the city. Pompeii sat beneath the ash and pumice for hundreds of years and was rediscovered in the 1700s. Much to the surprise of archaeologists, they found the city to be intact, buildings still standing, brightly colored paint on the walls of lavish homes, and even casts of the volcano's victims, all seemingly frozen in time. Today, Pompeii is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the second most visited tourist attraction in all of Italy. It's a fascinating glimpse into what life was like in this ancient city before such a tragic natural disaster. Can I take your order? Would you like a water or a coffee? This was actually a fast food joint. They would heat food up in these holes here. There are some divots where they would pull the awnings out, and you would come out of the bath right here and then get your fast food for the day. Rick Steves had a lot of jokes about some McNuggets that could be bought here.
Rick, we didn't come here for the jokes, but they're appreciated.
It really is interesting because they were using a lot of modern technology, or modern ideas, I should say, in these ancient times. And it's really fascinating because it's stuff that we still utilize today, obviously in a much more modern way. Periodically,
they open and close different areas of Pompeii, and unfortunately, the baths that Katelyn was mentioning are closed right now.
I highly, highly recommend wearing tennis shoes or very sturdy shoes when you come here because this is ancient cobblestone and you will roll your ankle if you're not paying attention and don't have good shoes on. So that's my tip of the day.
I can't help but imagine what it was like to live in truly what looks like a palace. This is an enormous house. This is the house of Octavius, I believe. And the frescoes, the formal gardens are just beautiful. I can't even imagine not having some type of a tour or a guide when you're exploring a site like this.
Yeah, you'd have no idea what you're looking at because there are no interpretive signs and it's just stones, you know, like,
Right.
okay, there's some colorful stones, there are some ruins of stones, but what is it?
Right, like for instance, the house that we just went to, it's the largest house in Pompeii. I wouldn't have known that unless I was just told that.
40 some rooms.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a full city block in size. Astonishingly big.
What I think is interesting about Pompeii too is that there wasn't really a divide between classes. So the wealthy and the poor lived together and lived life all together too, which is something that I think was rare for that time. So these big steps actually had a pretty important purpose. There was always water flowing through the street, including like sewage and animal waste. And so these were used for pedestrians to be able to cross the street without getting their feet wet, but it still allowed like the horse-drawn carriages and stuff to make their way through the road.
The excavation and restoration work continues even to this day. And right now, they are actively working on several different sites. You could easily spend an entire day here. And certainly something that we have been here for about 3 hours and have maybe only seen 10% or 5% of all of the available buildings and structures that you can visit and actively see how the people of Pompeii live. The dogs and cats of Pompeii.
Cute cat right here, the doggy right there.
What do you see? Uh-huh. Cat. Katelyn, what was that thing you were saying just like a day or two ago?
I can't rescue all the dogs.
That's right. Oh!
I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was just trying to record the literal food chain of like the cats watching the birds and the dogs watching the cats, and then the cat ate a bird.
I think it's awesome. Here, let's have some chicken.
Everybody in the square was just like, oh no.
And that's Pompeii. That's everything you need to see. Everything. That's it.
It really is fascinating. I mean, to see something so old and that was essentially forgotten, so well preserved, is fascinating.
Had it actually been exposed, there was a story talking about the number of attacks and invasions that would have resulted in probably complete looting of the site, and there would be nothing left.
Right.
And so it actually was protected because of the tragic events. And if you're interested in checking out even more of the art, the frescoes, the ornate tile work, a lot of that is now actually in Naples at the Archaeological Museum in Naples. So be sure to include that in your itinerary if you're interested in that.
There's also an erotic art section, which they talk about a lot.
Caitlin.
I find that fascinating.
No, it's true. There is an entire section dedicated to the erotica that was found at Pompeii. And don't think of it necessarily as so titillating. In some cases, it really was just beautiful art, but it was considered risque or inappropriate by prior generations. And so it was locked away.
With our one night in Naples, we have to do what any good tourist does and eat pizza. And we came to the Pizzeria dei Micheli, which is the unofficial birthplace of pizza, to see what it's all about. This family-owned and operated restaurant has been making pizza since 1870. Known as the Temple of Pizza, and certainly one of the oldest pizzerias in Naples, it won't take you too long to decide what you want at Pizzeria dei Micheli. They only have two things on the menu, a marinara pizza and a margherita pizza, but they certainly have perfected their craft with incredibly fresh ingredients and crust that is perfectly baked in their wood-fired oven. It has long since been a locals' favorite and gained popularity when Julia Roberts proclaimed her love for their pies in the movie Eat, Pray, Love.
I'm in love.
All these people who are standing outside right now are waiting for a table. But if you are willing to do takeaway, which we were, you can walk right in, place your order, and then walk outside. So we're gonna be waiting maybe about another 5 minutes, and we're gonna have piping hot fresh pizza. Oh my God. And then pizza number 2, margherita pizza. Whoa.
Should I close this first?
Sure you can. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This is Katelyn's worst nightmare. I have really bad elevator dreams all the time.
Oh.
Oh, yay! 10. Can you hold this?
Yeah.
I got my 10 cents for this purpose. Okay.
Got our pizza. Katelyn can just find 10 cents.
Oh, I got them because I read the reviews. 15 seconds. Does it just stop? 10, 9, 8, 7. This is not fun. Howard's laughing at me. We never would have found the entrance.
Katelyn, it's okay.
It's not
Alright,
okay.
okay. So you open these doors, here, you do a little bit this kind of thing, and then you hit this, you push this open. Voila.
You're gonna write that down in the morning.
No, you gotta close the doors. There you go.
PTSD.
Pleased to present.
Yes.
Oh, it's already been cut?
No.
No. Okay.
That's sacrilegious here.
Well, actually, look, there's lines.
Maybe.
Yep.
Wow.
This is the first cut pizza that we've had in Italy.
Worth it?
Oh man.
Feed me, feed me.
Apologies, I had to do this New York style and I had to fold it. Right, but
Wow.
the pizza crust is so perfectly like chewy but crispy on the outside.
The flavor.
The marinara, the sauce is really good. Make sure I'm not spilling it.
Lacing up my traveling shoes. It's gonna be a long day, y'all. So it is 7:20 in the morning. We're gonna walk from our hotel over to the train station here in Naples. We were taking a 2-hour train to the Rome airport, where we will then hang out for about 3 hours before taking the first leg of our flight, which goes from Rome to New York. There's bad weather, so we're considering maybe changing our flight. As of right now, we will then take a connection from New York to Las Vegas and get there at 10:40 p.m. local time, which will be 8 something in the morning here tomorrow.
Right, it's plus 9 hours.
Yeah, so a lot of hours ahead of us.
Yeah, folks, that's 25 hours of travel.
But we're going for my little sister's wedding and it's worth it.
Of course it is.
I'm not writing that thing down there.
I am.
Yeah, here you need 10 cents.
Thanks.
I'll see you down there.
See you down there. I think I beat Katelyn. I beat you.
It's okay with me.
Come on, Katelyn, you can do it. Just do it backwards like I did.
Choose to go forwards through the hobbit hole.
Okay.
All right, that way.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous morning here, and the sun is about to rise over Mount Vesuvius. It's just really like crazy to think about what happened here, and now we've got this like bustling metropolis of modern society right at the base of what ultimately was such a deadly incident.
Okay.
Platform 18 to the right.
We're almost there.
Good morning. We are pleased to welcome you on board the Charleston 9522. The train will arrive in Milano Centrale at 12:50.
All right.
Okay, let's
Italy, it's been fun. I'll miss you. Arrivederci.
This is it. Next stop, Atlanta.
I'd like to welcome you aboard Delta Flight 65 to Atlanta. It's my absolute pleasure to have you fly with me today on what is my final flight as a captain for Delta Airlines. Since I will officially retire upon our arrival into Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the woman who has been with me and strengthened me throughout my aviation career for over 38 years, my beautiful wife Barbie, who is with me today.
That was awesome.
That was so sweet.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
I'm very tired. Thank you so much for coming along with us on our cross-country journey through Italy. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming adventures back in the U.S. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.